The sun poured through the windows of Sunnyside Daycare. Light bounced off the walls, painting rainbows on the floor. Dora, with her pink shirt and orange shorts, led her friends out of the donation box. Mariah the scientist, always ready with a gadget, followed closely. Diego smiled, excited for adventure, while Boots the monkey clapped his hands. David the horse trotted along, and DeLacy Foster the octopus scientist waved her tentacles with glee. Little Hannah, just 4 years old, ran circles around the toys. She was laughing, clutching a crayon. Around her, baby dolls, Barbie, Ken, and the chatter telephone scattered across the playmat. Everything felt new and bright. The toys looked at each other with hope. Maybe, just maybe, they'd found a perfect new home. Bella, now 17, watched from the doorway. She hugged Dora one last time. "Take care of them," she whispered. Dora nodded. She promised herself she would always protect her friends. But as the children gathered, a strange feeling crept in. Dora felt a chill. Something about Sunnyside wasn't quite as perfect as it seemed. Soon, the happy laughter turned wild. Children ran fast, pushing and shoving. Crayons flew through the air. Tiny hands grabbed toys and tossed them like footballs. Dora bounced off the wall, her backpack nearly splitting open. Boots landed on his head, dizzy and confused. Mariah tried to hold her glasses. She shouted, "Careful, my beaker!" But a little boy colored all over her lab coat. David the horse lost a shoe. DeLacy Foster slid under a table, trying not to get stepped on. Diego ran in circles, dodging soccer balls and building blocks. The baby dolls took the worst of it. Their hair got tangled. Barbie's arm nearly popped off. Ken's sunglasses cracked in half. The chatter telephone rattled, ringing an alarm, but nobody noticed in the noise. Dora gathered her friends. "We have to stick together," she said, but her voice was lost in the chaos. Sunnyside Daycare wasn't a dream, it was a storm. Amid the madness, a tall, bald man appeared. He wore thick glasses and a brown shirt. His name was Kenneth. He watched from the shadows, always silent, always watching. Toys whispered about him. Some said he never smiled. Others said he could control the whole daycare. Kenneth walked slowly around the playroom each morning. His eyes scanned the toys, sharp and cold. With a sly grin, he reached for a remote control. One click, and the toys felt their bodies freeze. They could not speak. They could not move. They were forced into demo mode. Mariah shivered as she felt the strange power. Even Dora, brave as ever, could not break free. Kenneth's laugh was soft and creepy. He liked having control. He liked watching toys struggle. The other toys feared Kenneth. Even Barbie and Ken kept their distance. Only the chatter telephone seemed to watch him closely, eyes spinning, waiting for a chance to warn someone. One afternoon, while the children napped, Kenneth made his move. He grabbed Mariah, the smartest of Dora's friends. With a flick of his remote, he changed her. Mariah's eyes turned glassy. She became Kenneth's helper, forced to follow his every order. Dora called for Mariah, but she didn't answer. Instead, Mariah started locking doors and moving toys into small dark corners. "We must be organized," she said in a voice that didn't sound like her. The others watched in horror. Sabrina, Dora's quiet friend, hugged Boots and whispered, "That's not Mariah." The group felt the loss deeply. Diego blamed himself for not watching closer. David the horse stomped his hooves in worry. DeLacy Foster tried to reach Mariah with science facts, but nothing worked. Dora refused to give up. "She's still our friend. We will bring her back," she promised. Sabrina squeezed Dora's hand. The rescue mission began. Dora and Sabrina waited until it was dark. The daycare was quiet. Only the hum of the vending machine broke the silence. Dora tiptoed past the sleeping baby dolls. Sabrina held a flashlight, her hands shaking just a little. They found Mariah sitting near Kenneth's desk, her eyes blank. Dora called softly, "Mariah, it's us!" But Mariah didn't move. Sabrina tried a different way. She showed Mariah a tiny drawing they'd made together, a rocket ship flying high. Mariah blinked. For a moment, her eyes sparkled. Kenneth heard the noise. He stomped toward them, remote in hand. Dora yelled, "Run!" Sabrina hugged Mariah tightly. "Remember us! Remember science!" she cried. Suddenly, Mariah gasped. The spell was broken. She pulled off the demo tag. The friends rushed back to the others. Dora hugged Mariah. "You're back!" Mariah smiled, her old self again. Their friendship was stronger than Kenneth's control. As the toys caught their breath, the chatter telephone rang softly. "Psst," it whispered, its rotary eyes spinning. Dora crept closer. "Danger is near," the phone warned. "Kenneth isn't working alone." Dora frowned, worried. The chatter telephone described a scary cymbal-banging monkey. "He's always watching. He tells Kenneth everything," the phone said. Diego peeked around the corner and saw the monkey's wild eyes from the shelf above. Its cymbals flashed, ready to sound an alarm. DeLacy Foster explained, "That's the monkey that guards the exit. We'll need a plan." The team huddled together, listening to the chatter telephone's advice. "Be quick, be quiet, trust your friends." Dora felt her heart pound. The escape would not be easy, but the toys had hope, and hope was stronger than fear. That night, Dora and her friends sneaked toward the exit. DeLacy led the way, using her science tools to jam locks. Mariah scanned for cameras. Diego kept watch for the monkey. Boots carried a rope just in case. Suddenly, Kenneth appeared with DeLacy and an army of baby dolls. "Going somewhere?" he sneered. Before the toys could run, Kenneth and the dolls grabbed them. With a cruel smile, Kenneth tossed Dora, Boots, Diego, Mariah, Sabrina, David, and DeLacy into a dumpster outside. The lid slammed shut. Trash piled around them. It smelled bad and the air was tight. The next morning the dumpster rumbled. It was heading toward the incinerator. The toys held hands. Their end felt close. Just as the heat began to rise, the dumpster dipped. Voices shouted. Garbage workers pulled the toys out, laughing at their colorful faces. The friends were safe, but barely. Kenneth was furious. He stormed after the toys, waving his remote. But the garbage workers saw him. They didn't like bullies. Together they tied Kenneth to the back of the garbage truck with a thick rope. He shouted, "Let me go!" But nobody listened. The baby dolls, tired of being bossed around, cheered. Barbie and Ken high-fived each other. The cymbal monkey finally looked away. His job finished. The chatter telephone rang with joy. The truck rolled away, taking Kenneth far from Sunnyside. Dora and her friends hugged each other. The storm was over. They were free. The toys cleaned the dirt from their faces and fixed their clothes. Dora polished her shoes. Mariah straightened her lab coat. Together, they walked back into Sunnyside, ready for a new start. Hannah saw them and clapped her hands. "My toys came back!" she shouted with delight. Bella appeared in the door one last time. She knelt beside the toys. Her voice shook a little. "Dora, you're the best toy! Mariah, you are the best scientist! Diego, you're the worst explorer, but you're still my friend!" The toys laughed. Hannah hugged them all. Dora looked at her friends, then at Hannah. The adventures weren't over. They were just beginning. As Hannah waved, Dora whispered, "We'll always stick together." And for the first time, Sunnyside Daycare felt like home.